Alright guys, it's Jamal116, and by popular request, I'm doing a quick shut up chicken, I know you can't hear it. Oh my god, too much. Anyways, I'm doing a quick tutorial on seamless piston doors by request. So, I guess that's really all there is to say to it. Let's get into it. First thing is basic piston door mechanics is that you can't pull that piston in right now because they're fully extended. So, first thing you gotta do, you gotta pull in a block, like this will be your wall that you're pulling it from. First thing you do is you'll pull in your block, and then these two pistons will pull it back, clearing out the area. So basic idea is here's one, like this is like a door, so this would be hidden in the wall, then there'd be some kind of switch, and it'd pull back and then you could walk through like this. This version is you have to add 4-tick delay to these pistons, and then also these torches come down, and there's one underneath here that powers the piston down there. Now, to make it a door, you just gotta make a few changes. You basically just put two units right next to each other. Only difference is that there's two torches here, as well as two down here. Other part is you'll need a few repeaters and some extra torches and stuff to re-invert your signal, as you can see. And you'll only need 2 ticks of delay on this. Now, the thing you're gonna want to do is also notice the torch on the bottom there, so that these torches are extended. I'm kind of going fast because this kind of piston door is kind of outdated. There's a much faster way to do it, which is shown right here. This is really all it takes for one unit, and it works pretty well. To build one, is you're gonna want to come down here. You're gonna put 2 pistons like this, and 2 right next to each other like that, and put your blocks there. You're gonna come out here and put blocks like this, like that. Put dust on these 2 blocks. A repeater set to 2 ticks here, set to 1 tick on the other side of the block, and a piece of redstone dust, and there's as well a piece of redstone dust down there. Now you're also going to want to come underneath and add some extra pistons, dig a little trench, put a piston upside down like that. You can replace that block if you want. Then dig a little bit more and put a piston right there like that. You can fill that in as well. Now when this is turned on, then it extends, and then when you turn it off, it retracts. And the way this works is that these pieces of redstone dust, this one here and this one here, act as bud switches for the bottom 2 pistons. So when these 2 pistons come around to act as an update, those 2 pistons will update and will extend or retract. Now to add 2 of them right next to each other, you just do the same thing, except in mirror image. You'll see here's those 2 pieces of redstone dust, here is the repeaters, and the pistons on the bottom are literally exactly the same thing. So you'll see if I put a lever here, it does the same thing, and then when you turn it off, it'll do that again. So that's the basic idea of piston doors themselves. Now, for the switches, there's a couple different types of switches you could use. I'm just going to show you a couple more advanced ones. There's the XOR gate, as well as multiple kinds of T flip-flops. So first off, XOR gate is that we're going to pretend that each of these levers is on one side of the door. We'll say this one's on the outside and this one's on the inside. So you'll notice that when I pull the lever on the outside, this current will go on, so the door is open. Then I can close it from the inside. Someone else can follow me, do the same thing. Notice that wire is on. And you can also go the other way, from outside to inside, outside to inside. And if you decide you want to go back outside the door, and then decide you don't want to, you can close it again from the same side. It's a pretty good way of doing this. It's actually really easy to make. All you're going to want to do is put blocks in a little T like that, and put torches on them like that, with 2 pieces of dust in the middle. Put some dust like this, blocks here, and put the dust on top, and then put 2 torches like that, and that dust in the middle is your output dust. And so then your 2 input blocks are this one here and this one here, and they can come in from either side. They could come in from the back, it doesn't matter. And so from there you can obviously have it running into a piston door. I'm sorry. But then there's also multiple types of T flip-flops. Here's a basic one with sticky pistons. You push the button and the lamp will go on. Now it'll go off. And this one's really easy to build. Just put 2 sticky pistons like this. Dig a hole and put a redstone torch under there. Block, block, block. torch, and dust. Then from there you can just grab a button and put said button on here on either of those two blocks, and it will just switch back and forth for the block is either over the torch or not over the torch. That one's pretty simple. And then there's this one. I gotta turn the volume down. And there's this one, which uses non-sticky pistons. So if you don't have a slime farm like that one over there, which I might do a video on also, which is also freaking amazing. But this one works also. This is actually the one that I used in my double piston extender video, which I guess I might as well just show you how to build it because I'm moving along here. It's just piston, 3 blocks and piston. Put dust there and a torch there, and now 2 blocks in front of each. Piston or repeater by the one with the torch, and then pieces of dust. Your button just goes there, and this one will just flip back and forth to either over the torch or not over the torch. Now this one is a bit more interesting to say the least because it is completely silent except for this button. So you'll notice that lamp will go on over there, and this lamp, then it'll go off. Now, one thing I'd also like to point out real quick before I forget is that none of these flip-flops are mine. I found all of them on YouTube somewhere. I probably won't link them because I'll probably forget, but if I do remember, I'll put them on. Anyways, this one is completely silent. Basically, the way it works is that there's this little kind of memory latch thing in the corner here, and that torch is the output. And so there's just a little bit of logic to make it flip. To build it, you're going to want to put a block down like this, put your button on it, put a repeater next to it, going into some dust. Sorry, that's supposed to be dust. Then the torch goes like that. Then you're going to want to set 2 ticks to 4 repeaters facing to like that. Put a torch on the other side of your button and 2 pieces of dust. I believe it's 2. Yeah, it's two. Bring this into a redstone torch as such. Dust, or I'm going to make it a repeater. Then put another torch like this. Dust and repeater. And there you go. Works. Your output is this back torch in the corner here. And it works. Ugh. Okay. Wait, it didn't work. What did I do wrong? Okay, it worked today. I just was messing with myself. Anyways, just here's a few examples. This is going to be a door with a T flip-flop. So you can walk in it one way. Gotta put blocks there. And then you can just close it on the other end. And then the same thing goes for over here with the XOR gate. It's the same thing, just with levers instead of... Why do I keep forgetting to put blocks there? It's a hallway. It's a hallway. Anyways, but then you can just come in the other end, close the door, and go back out, and close it on the outside. And you can also do the same thing with the T flip-flop. I'll come over here and push the button, and then I'll come over and push the button on the other side. So yeah, that is piston doors in a nutshell. Like, you can get them pretty advanced, depending on what your needs are. These should serve for most of your purposes. So that's really it. That's all I have. Jamal116 out.